Alright, hello! I know it's been a little over a month since my last vlog. Um, I intend to make these a little more frequent, but I've just been busy doing stuff and just haven't gotten around to it. But because it's been a month, there are lots of things for me to tell you. So today is Thursday, February 9th, and I have been on tea for officially like a month and a little bit. Um, so where are we gonna start? I'm sure some people are like curious about like physical changes or anything. Nothing really has happened yet, except I've started getting hot flashes. Which I have discovered is a fairly normal thing for trans guys starting T, just because our bodies are switching over from an estrogen dominant system to a testosterone dominant system, and it kind of messes up your, well, I mean, obviously, it messes up your hormones a little bit, makes your body go, what the hell is happening? So, it's like the middle of winter, like -10 degrees outside, and like I have my window wide open, and I'm waking up at like 3 a.m. like drenched in sweat. And I'm like, boy, it's worth it. It's worth it, and it is. It is. Um, my voice is kind of cracked a couple times, but I haven't noticed like a big difference. I guess you guys could tell me better than I could tell me. Just mostly because like I hear my voice on a daily basis, and like it doesn't sound different to me, because if it is changing, it's changing like very gradually, and so any noticeable differences, um, you know, people who don't talk to me like on a daily basis are going to be able to notice that better than I could, or like any of my friends or stuff like that. But yeah, so I had some blood work done last week, and I had my follow, or I guess not the first follow-up appointment, but the third follow-up appointment with my doctor, and my body is taking to the T very well. It's not quite at typical masculine levels yet, and so my doctor asked me if I would be interested in upping the dosage, and I said yes. So I officially have a new prescription, and when I get my next injection, which is uh, next Wednesday or Tuesday, I don't know, one of those. I know it's Valentine's Day. Uh, Happy Valentine's Day to me. I'm gonna get my first 200 milligram shot. And yeah, so that's really exciting. Um, what else is going on? Okay, so I've been talking with my doctor, and at the trans health clinic there's like a lot of like different people. There's like the doctors, the nurses, like consultants, people to talk to about stuff. And I think I mentioned last time that I was looking into getting my name changed, which is still a thing. Just gotta get the finances together, because it's like about $150 to do it. I have the paperwork all done. I just need the money, obviously. So that's kind of set to the side for now. But you know, if you wanted to donate to that, I do have. I started a coffee account. I'll put a link in the description. It's pretty much just like almost like an online tip jar. I opened it for my art, so that, you know, if people enjoy my content, they can throw me like $1, $2, $3, whatever. Just be like, hey, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. But I mean, if you have like an extra $3 lying around, you're like, hey, Lee's cool. Let's help him get his name changed. Holla back. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, very, very exciting stuff. Another thing that I've been talking to my doctor about is top surgery. And for those of you who don't really know a lot about top surgery and how it works in Ontario, pretty much it's covered under OHIP, but generally there are like really long waiting lines to get it done, just because, you know, there's not a lot of, I mean, there are surgeons who know what they're doing, obviously, but it's not as like well known, like widespread kind of thing. So generally the waiting list is fairly long. So like realistically, I didn't expect, you know, anything as far as top surgery goes, I didn't expect like anything for like 2 years. Like my realistic expectation was, oh yeah, like I'll get on the waiting list around now, and then maybe like 2019 I'll be able to get surgery. Um, Turns out that's wrong. um, Luckily for me. So there's a surgeon in Ottawa who does it, and my current doctor had a trans client who she gave him a referral, and then he got his surgery 2 months later. Basically, so like this doctor wasn't as well known, I guess. And so back then, like it was a lot shorter. So there is a bit more of a wait list now. But my doctor said that, I have to be on T for like about 4 months just to kind of get everything the way it should be ish, as far as like fat redistribution and stuff. But after that, I can get a referral in like April, and like realistically, like I'll probably be able to get the surgery this year, which is very exciting. And on that note, I found something out the other day that was very humbling and, kind of made my heart go, huh. So unbeknownst to me, my boyfriend Ernie, I had mentioned like a month ago or something like that I was really like looking at getting top surgery done, and at the time I wasn't certain like how long the wait lists would be, and I knew that if you pay out of pocket, you can get it done like quicker. And so I was talking about like maybe putting like GoFundMe together or something like that. And turns out, without my knowing, he started a donation page for me. And when I told him the good news on Wednesday, he was like, "Oh, well, I have a thing to tell you," and he sent me the link to the page that he set up for me, and it was going to be a Valentine's Day present. And obviously I got all wibbly and growth, and yeah, it was really amazing. And so I think what I'm going to do is, like we talked about it, and we're going to keep the donation page up. And it pretty much like any expenses that maybe aren't covered, or like extra things that need to be put towards the surgeries, because it's not just top surgery that I want. It's like, top surgery is the first step, then hysterectomy, then maybe a phalloplasty in the future. I'm still kind of waffling on that, but the point is that I don't know for certain how much is covered of each surgery, whether there'll be some things that I do have to pay out of pocket for, and so we're going to keep the donation page up, and if you want to donate, I'll put that link in there as well, in the description. And if it turns out that there's some money left over, which, I don't know if we'll hit the goal, but I imagine we won't, assuming most of it is covered, I don't think we'll be using like all of the money, but what we were thinking of doing is, whatever's left over, like whatever I don't end up using, we could pass on to other trans guys. So, whether it's going to me or going to another trans guy, like it's a really good cause. So if you feel like donating, I'll put it in the description below. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as my transition is going. I'm, like I said, I'm going to try and do these a little more frequently, but I'll be like posting more photos and stuff, and reblogging helpful links, and just info pages for people who want to learn more about the trans community and stuff like that. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.